Good morning and a warm welcome to another edition of Good Morning Plateau on Peace 90.5 FM. My name is Nandom Oswald Kumwar, and as always, it's a privilege to explore the intricacies of the issues, institutions, and policies that continue to shape the future of Plateau State. Here on Good Morning Plateau, we are setting the agenda for discussions on debates on matters that affect our people. Today's program takes us back to a legendary institution that once defined the industrial and agricultural pride of our state, the Brewery Agro Research Company, popularly known as Bag Farms, located in Zalaki Basa local government area. Established sometime in 1975 under the visionary administration of the J.D. Gumwak as a strategic 4,000-hectare subsidiary of the Jos International Breweries. Bag Farms was once a thriving agricultural industrial powerhouse here in Jos and in Plateau State. However, following a controversial privatization in 1993, this sleeping giant fell into decades of abandonment, systematic vandalization, and decay. Now, after more than 30 years of silence, the narrative is changing. Under the Mutfwang administration, Bag Farms is moving beyond mere political rhetoric to the revival of this historic asset. As citizens, however, important questions arise. How sustainable is this modern revival compared to the blueprint of the 1970s? How effectively is the current production mitigating the soaring cost of food for ordinary citizens? And what is the economic blueprint for transitioning the 1,000 youth farmers into fully independent agro-business owners? And how secured are these prowling fields in the face of ongoing regional security challenges? These are some of the issues that will shape our conversation this morning on Good Morning Plateau under the theme Bag Farms, Driving Food Security, Empowering Farmers, and Creating Jobs under the Mutfwang administration. Joining us live in the studio is the project manager of Bag Farms, Mr. James Jan Diong, who will help us understand the farm's operations, achievements, challenges, and future prospects. Mr. Diong, welcome to Good Morning Plateau.
Thank you, Mr. Nandom, and thank you for having me on your show.
All right. Now, anyone who grew up on the Plateau knows that Bag Farms was once a household name, a massive agricultural powerhouse that employed thousands before it sadly fell into decades of silence and what many will say vandalism. As the project manager leading this modern revival, what were your first thoughts when you stepped into the property to bring life into this sleeping, giant, and how far have you really come from those early challenges to today?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nandom. My first encounter with Bag Farms, that's after we've been invited back to come and take charge and take control of Bag Farms, was total building it one block at a time. Presently, we've we are erecting the poultry farm back. Also, we are also looking at the administrative block. We are building a brand new administrative block and other structures that we are bringing back. So we met it at ground zero, but presently we are fixing each block one block at a time, and we are bringing it back to its former glory.
Okay, the news that has been going the rounds recently is that people have been allocated farms and people are farming. Thankfully, you spoke about poultry farming and all that, because we know that bag farms in those days was not all about crop production. There was also the livestock production component of bag farms. So how soon are we going to have a bag farms that will have both the farming component and the livestock production component? What is happening now under your watch?
Okay, so let me give a brief background of how the operations was before. Bag Farms was a tripartite company. We have the Bag Farms, we have the Pioneer Milling Company, and the GIB, Just International Breweries. The farm produces the crops. The milling company mills these crops that are being shipped to the brewery for production of the drinks we used to have then in Jos. The whole vandalization has taken over all the milling company. There is presently no milling machine present at Bag Farms. Everything vandalized, destroyed. The warehouses broken, offices broken to the ground. The poultry farms, the part that handled the livestock aspect, the poultry, the ranch, and also the piggery, those aspects too were not spared. Totally everything was vandalized to the ground. The abattoir they had at Bag Farms, totally vandalized, broken to the rubble. So as I speak, nothing stands. Well, when we came in this administration, the administration of Governor Caleb Mutfwang, first thing he looked out for was, first of all, securing the land. Yes, his predecessor acquired Bag Farms. He continued from where he stopped by, first of all, reclaiming it. Because even after acquiring it, there were some people that were still dominating, taking charge, sway of that place. Let me also put this out there, that Bag Farms was an ungoverned area when we came in power. Totally under control of bandits. Totally a stronghold of bandits, kidnappers, and all sorts of crimes. We came in with the help of the military and the police. We were able to recover it in totality. No inch of Bag Farms presently is on the control of any bandit or anyone. So the greatest milestone first for the Plateau is regaining control of Bag Farms. That's a big milestone, because that was a big hub of banditry on the Plateau. Secondly, we can't recover a farmland without sowing a seed down. So we started in 2024, first of all, soil testing to see how the terrain is. Yes, we did some small demo farms here and there. 2025, I'm just giving you a build-up to the project. 2025, in expansion, because in 2024 we did just 100 hectares scattered around the farm to see how the soil is. In 2025, we were expanding to 1,000 hectares. Then the special advisor on youth also advised that we should also include the youth into the project. By so doing, the youth owns the farm. The future belongs to the young people. If they are going to take over the farm, they should also be part of the bringing back of the farm. So they were included. 1,000 of them were selected randomly across the 17 local governments of Plateau State. They were taken to the farm. But again, we are not taking away the livestock aspect, but we have to start one step at a time. We are starting with crop production. By the end of this year, when we are done building the poultry farm, the piggery, the ranch which is top on our list presently, because we've planted over 100 hectares of napier grass, which will be used to feed the cattle. So we are looking at livestock, but first of all, we are starting the project with crop production. That's what the youth are presently doing at back farms, helping us on that.
All right. So now, before I speak about the 1,000 youths, I want a measure of clarity on the vision of back farms. We've heard so much about what is being done to revive crop production currently. But I'm just going back to that question so that we'll have some clarity on how the vision for livestock production is moving in back farms currently.
For livestock?
Yes, livestock production.
For livestock, yes. We are, just as I said before, we have planted 100 hectares of napier grass.
Okay, all right. Napier
grass is the leading grass feed for any cattle.
All right, beautiful.
It fattens them, it helps their milk production, and is better than most of the random grass our herders use. We've planted 100 hectares. We are planting 200 hectares more before the end of the rainy season. We don't want to rush into livestock production without looking into the feeds.
Yeah.
If you bring the livestock, you end up buying feeds to feed them. So what we intend to do is, first of all, get their feeds, educate feeds for this livestock. For the cattle, yes, napier grass is there. For the birds, we are looking at this farming season, the output from the crop production, like the grains, will also be preserved, milled, and also will also make feeds for birds. So for now, for this year, we are looking at production of food for our livestock. By next year, we'll be looking at livestock production. But first of all, let's get the feeds for them. So yes, we are looking at livestock, but not at the immediate.
Yeah. Well, it's more or less like a long-term plan.
Good.
Because we do know that 1,000 youths under the Plateau Youth Agricultural Empowerment Program project. Yes. We know that has already flagged off and is taking place. So far? Give us an update.
Okay. Last year we had a 1,000 participants in farm on the farm last year.
Selected across the 17 local government areas. Okay.
Yes. This year we scaled down a little bit.
Okay.
From the 1,000, we have 500 participants at the farm presently. The reason why we scaled down was efficiency. We are starting, we're experimenting, we're building people. So we had to scale down so that it will meet the specific needs of both the program and also for the participants to be able to participate efficiently. When you have crowds, you have less participation. When you have less people, you have more participation. We intend to grow farmers, people that will grow up liking farmers. So far we've shortlisted 500 people at back farms, carefully selected across the 17 local governments of Plateau State, across each federal wards. We make sure we spread it across each federal wards, not based on indigenship, but based on citizenship. So we have even non-Plateau people there presently at
based on the interest of people,
based on the interest on agriculture,
the capacity that they are bringing on board.
Once you show us your interest, that you can do it, you are ready for it, we bring you up on board.
All right, now before we discuss even these 5,000 that are participating today, 500 that are participating in this year's program, we had 1,000 last year. How successful was what was implemented last year? What were the gains and what were the challenges?
The biggest gains for 2025 was our crop production. I have to put it that way.
Okay.
A little fraction of people out there believe we couldn't take that number of people out there and end up harvesting anything. The youth on the plateau really showed resilience last year. I have to applaud them for that. They showed resilience. They tendered for the crops, they looked out for the crops, they maintained the crops to the point of harvest. And yes, we got bumper harvest last year. It was beautiful at the end of the day. What they least expected us to harvest, we ended up harvesting. So our harvest last year was our greatest gain. Secondly, taking 1,000 youth to the bush and coming out safely with with no singular issues at the end of the year is another big gains for us. Another gain is that we ended up having some of the participants learn mechanization for last year. Some of them learn how to drive tractors, operate tractors and other machines. That this year we are further training them so that they, at the long run, if back farm comes to stay, these are the people that will end up manning those machineries. So it's like knowledge transferring down to them from the older generation down to the younger generation. So it's also our gains. Yes, we had challenges of misinformations. A lot of misinformations went out there about how the program was being run, the output, expectations were there. Yes, there were challenges we faced. With time, we intended to address those issues, which we did, and we are still doing. Mechanization issues too were there, because most of the tractors we were trying to bring back alive. So yes, we got some setback on that, but yes, we've overcome them in 2026.
But then there was this controversy that was, we of course in the public space around the 1,000 youths.
Yes.
I don't want to preempt you, and I don't want to assume.
Yes.
What was it all about, and how have you been able to resolve it?
Yes.
What was the issue?
It was misinformation.
All right. What was it?
The project is designed in such a way. Let me give you the project scope.
Okay.
The PEP project is designed in such a way that the government provides the youth with the farm space, input. By input, I mean seeds, herbicides, chemicals, and any pesticides needed for the farming year. They also provided us with a makeshift accommodation, feeding, and other sporting facilities to make us comfortable. Basically, it's like a camp setting for the youth, right? In the same vein, they train you in the best agricultural practice, that's good agricultural practice, GAP, and also introduce you to modern mechanizations. Our people are mostly on the plateau, small scale farmers. They use hoes and the rest. So we want to introduce these young people to tractors and tractors operations, different machines. So the scope is mostly to do that, but in return, it's like sowing a seed. In return back my cost of production. Any profit therein belongs to you. Right? So the government provided us with all that. All they needed was farm it. Whatsoever you make out of the farming year belongs to the youth. That was clearly stated in our orientation last year, May, with the participants. We had other media outlets, including PRTV there, which covered most of our activities last year. But along the line, some misinformation went out that the government made promises of over, at first we had 2.5 million, 2 million, and we quickly tried to address the issue. But some people were hell bent on holding that narrative that the government is going to share money at the end of the whole project. We tried to address that this project is out for training and agricultural empowerment, teaching you their good agricultural practices, not sharing money. So that was what escalated to what you heard last year. A lot of them went out there and said the government lied. But again, we still ask them, is there anywhere that you met with the government and they made that promise that we, the management, were not aware of? Then bring to our attention, let's know. But for us as management, what we know basically is that this farm was meant to train, return cost of production, and the profit belongs to you. It was just a straightforward arrangement. So we tried to explain. A lot of them were not happy with that. They said it's a government project. Government should look into it and add something to it, which is good. Their outcry is good, but that shouldn't overscore the cost of our program. Our program scope doesn't exceed to that.
All right, now just before the break, a lot of companies in Nigeria and even across the world, die under government ownership. I believe that's the reason why across several countries in the world, privatization has become very important. Now we have bag farms largely owned by the Plateau State government. What model have you developed to ensure that this time around the bag farms that we have does not go back to the bag farms of 1993 that disappeared?
Okay. Presently, the government is trying to take complete control. It's like you buying a company and ended up going to the company and discovering they sold you a plain land rather than a company, right?
Yeah.
First of all, you will not rush to bring in investors.
Yes.
You have to know your boundaries, take stocks of what you have, see how you can bring back other structures so that you have a large percentage of whatever partnership you want to do with anyone. The Plateau State government is carefully bringing back most of the structure and also securing the boundaries. No investor will come to that vast, is over 4,000 hectares of farmland. It's a city. Will come to that place and you tell them to come and invest, that they will not think twice. So first of all, the government needs to show commitment, which they are doing presently, by letting investors know that yes, we are doing this, we are farming it, we are securing it. There is no inch of bag farms that is not secured. Also, we are bringing back these structures so that you know that whatever partnership we are coming into with you, Plateau State government have a stake because of so and so structures we have on ground. So yes, there is a long-term plan for that, but not on the immediate.
All right, and then I will still have to ask you this question before we go for the break. Structurally, you said you are putting one block at a time. The last time I went to bag farms, I think that was during Governor Simon Lalong's administration.
Yes.
The last time I went, all I saw were broken down structures. Completely broken down. You spoke about one block after the other. If I go to bag farms now, what will I see that is different from what I saw in 2023?
Okay, you see a poultry farm that is near completion. You see an admin block that is near completion. A piggery that we just started recently. The piggery recently. The ranch, we've marked the place. We are clearing the land presently. Basically, those are few things you see that are coming up. The poultry is a 6-block poultry house. Each block can contain about 120,000 beds. We've built 6 of it already at back farms. So it's a massive building. We are presently doing that. Those are few things we've been able to erect so far.
All right, congratulations. Project Manager of Bag Farms, Mr. Jan James Dion. We've been discussing bag farms, driving food security, empowering farmers, and creating jobs under the Mutfwang administration. We take a break. Welcome back to Good Morning Plateau on Peace 90.5 FM. Before the break, we've been having an insightful conversation with the project manager of Back Farms, Mr. James Jan Dion. And at the moment, the studio line is open 08125 886048. That is 08125 886048. You can also reach us on Good Morning Plateau at PRTVC official. That's on our Facebook page. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, speaking to Honorable Stephen Kim. They call me the ultimate from Barking Ladi.
Good morning, Stephen Kim, the ultimate.
It's a pleasure being with you, project manager of Back Farms.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Stephen.
It's a pleasure. You have tried as much as possible best to explain to us what is really happening at Back Farms. But just as the uncle had said, Back Farm used to be a shadow of itself. But with what we are saying now, we are trying to revitalize it, reactivate it, and make it more productive in the industry. You see, I want to congratulate the former governor, that is Lalong, for repurchasing and rebuying of that farm, which was sold by the administration of Fidel Castro, sadly. And as you have rightly said, it has been vandalized. We are trying to reactivate it. Honestly, no matter what happens, or no matter the setbacks, the journey of 1,000 kilometers begins by a step. I know you are having teething problems, just as you rightly said, some people who are informed, whether they said they were going to give them 1 million or 2 million, and you try as much as possible best to correct it. But you know, once words are out, it's very difficult to retrieve them. But whether we like it or not, that farm has achieved, even by its doing itself, even by you are bringing it back, you have achieved something. And whether we like it or not, out of the 1,000 youths that were put on that farm, directly or indirectly, somebody must have benefited and then a step forward. You cannot just gain 100% impact by the time you just start. And you know, there are people that will try to truncate it. So I just hope you push on and push on until you achieve. All that you are trying to do, keep it up. You will be having problems, but you surmount them with your determination. I wish you the best of luck, security, and devotion from the Almighty God, especially in that aspect. I appreciate you. Thank you, and good morning.
Thank you, Stephen Kim, the ultimate, calling from Barking Ladi local government area. I think one of the issues he raised is after 1 year was their profit and how was it shared. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Wonderfully well.
Krankes Kadung, calling you from Puship.
Good morning. Thank you so much for calling.
I want to appreciate the effort of our guests this morning for this very good enlightenment. I want to appreciate Governor Lalong for this back farm that they sold it. That was a mistake. That is a welcome development.
Yes.
When I was growing up, when we were young, we used to go to neighboring village in Chifong. They came there and they found valley. And one of my father told me that they came first in this. They tasted their valley and they came first in that year. So I want to appreciate our government for this. So I want to appeal to incumbent government to make sure that they should revive JIB Panyam fish farm so that our people should have food on their table, most especially our youth that they don't have anything doing. It will help a lot. But my problem is that our people used to play with what government brings. They take what government brings on granted. They didn't care about it. Government bata asara. So if government fail to help us, we should help ourselves. If government brings something, we stand firm and support the government. That's my point. I love this show. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, Krankes. I think on food production, what are we looking at still? I mean, you know, it is said that everything grows on Plateau State. So are there some crops that we're thinking of introducing in back farms? We'll talk about that later. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Morning.
My name is Bala, calling from Bukuru Express.
Bala from Bukuru Express.
But the problem, just can you allow me to speak a house just 1 second?
1 second, because I can hear you clearly in English.
Abin da yake so in faɗa akan back farm ba ƙaramin wuri ba ne. Shi wannan project manager da aka kawo da ku gidan rediyon da kuke tuna da irin waɗannan wurare masu tsohon tarihi yadda ya kamata, Allah ya muku albarka. Shi wannan gwamna da yake ta kokari akan irin wuraren nan, wallahi irin wuraren a Plateau sun fi 10. Duka arewa babu gwamnatin, babu wurin da ke da JRA irin Plateau, amma sanda aka sai da wayannan wuraren kaf ga back farm ya tafi, amma gwamnan na ya kokari ya dawo da shi. Ga Brivik a Barikin Ladi shi ma ya tafi, gwamnan ya kokari ya dawo da shi. Ga fish farm a Kanyam gwamnan na ya kokari ya zuwa da shi. To Allah ya mishi albarka, Allah ya bashi ikon kammala irin waɗannan ayyuka na albarka. In ka ga amfani da muka ci a back farm, kai ba magana sai godiya. Ina gaya maka lokacin in an baka 1 kilo na gizzard a wurin is 5 naira. To yanzu 1 gizzard na wannan a wurin in yanzu ne zaka saya, wala sai ka sai shi 200,000. To wani irin abu ne wannan?
Thank you so much.
Allah bashi
Hausa language. Thank you so much. Basically, what Bala is saying is that he's appreciating PRTV for bringing this conversation, and he's also appreciating the Plateau State government for investments, current investments ongoing in some moribund industries across the state. Hello, good morning. Morning, sir.
My name is Azi Yakubu from Naton, sir.
Azi from where?
From Naton.
Naton?
Yeah.
That's in just east.
Yeah. My contribution on this is, you see this back farm, whatever that they are talking about is very, very good for we youth. Please, we should embark on that thing very well, so that our youth will not lack anything going to the scholar house and other things of useless doings. You understand? It will reduce many things on our on this government. Please, we should try to reach these things that they are going to give to those that are in need of that thing. Please, we thank this government. This government will surely reach us to where we want to reach by the grace of God. May God bless the Caleb motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Aziz, for calling back farms. You know, it's good for the youth, job creation. At a point, back farm, employed up to 4,000 people. So what are we looking at? What's the future? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nando.
Morning, sir.
And the project manager.
Morning.
My name is Lugden. I'm calling from Panshin.
Good morning, Lugden.
Yes, please. What the government is doing with that farm, I mean, I give them 100% cheap. I know that farm. I once worked there, at least on attachment. It became abandoned. I'm happy that it is on road now. For comparative advantage, you have brought in the youth, which is very good. 1,000 youth in that place. I would want another structure like that created in each zone. Let's say that one is for Plateau North. Get another place like that for the central zone, and another one like that for the southern zone. 1,000 youth, in this zone. So what I'm saying, the back farm is a very good comparative advantage to accommodate youth in the northern zone. Another one should be done in the central zone. Another one should be in the southern zone. The project manager, no grease to your elbow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Look, then advocating that not just the revival of back farms in Jos, but that we should consider decentralizing the facility. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, ma.
Nandom and the guest on
in the studio. Good morning.
I am Martha from Gindri.
Good morning, Martha from Gindri.
Yes, there's a problem somewhere.
Okay.
This 1,000 youth that we are employed, we are happy about. The only thing that will make us to our happiness to be complete is for those youth to be paid and compensated. I am fully aware of the program that took place.
We are just making our resources wasted. So as the governor has revamped this back farm, we should continue in that way. We should maintain it. Other government that will be coming should sustain, should continue where he will stop, so that we will reap the dividends of what he has planned for us. I think by that will make us to grow and develop as well. Thank you so much. Do have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Lekes Monday, calling from Pangshin and emphasizing issues relating to sustainability, which is actually a big issue for us as Nigerians. If we are to look at our history, we take our last call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
I'm Nando Isaac from Mungu.
Nando Isaac, welcome.
Please, what's the criterion of selecting the youth? And then secondly, where can one get the Napier grass seed? Thank you. God bless.
Thank you so much for being straight to the point. What is the criteria for selecting this time around the 500 youths, and how can he access the Napier grasses? Project manager, at this moment the floor is yours. Maybe you respond to some of the issues that were raised by our listeners.
Okay. First of all, I want to appreciate most of your callers. For the encouragement most of the callers has given us, most of them, but for the two that spoke that needs response, that's Martha and Nandam from Mangu. Let me quickly respond to them. For Martha that said her son was part of the project last year and was not paid. I don't know if he really told her the truth that he was paid. Let's ask him again, because we actually paid them. So we've settled 2025 participants based on our project scope. Why I'm saying based on our project scope is that our scope, we have a project scope. When you are given a tax, you finish it. Any other thing that wants to come should be like an appreciation from someone else, maybe the governor or any other person. But based on the design of the project, we've rounded it up and we've paid the participant. And she also raised a vital issue that I want to address on air. The issue of that they've gone around the other state and discovered what they are doing. I want to put it on air that Plateau State is the first that is doing this kind of a project. Quote me anywhere. There is no state that has a project, agricultural project, that is taking its youth in this number to the farm to train them at in any of the 36 states of the federation. Plateau State is the first. So there is no comparison. Rather, other states are coming to us to see what we are doing at back farms. They are thinking of replicating it also to their state. So maybe there are other interventions that they are looking at. Maybe those states empower their youth, which the Plateau State government are doing well on that. We've done that in education. We've done that in entrepreneurship. We've done a lot of youth empowerment on the plateau. So I want to correct that notion too, that this is the first of its kind in Nigeria. Then to Nandom from Mangu, that was speaking on criteria for selection. A link was shared. It was out there because this year we were strict. We wanted people that will show interest. We were not selecting people by ourselves. We want you to get up and tell us that you want to be part of it and apply. A link was shared out there. A lot of people applied. Over 2,000 applications came in around the 17 local government of Plateau State, and we carefully selected people based on residency, not local government of indigenous. You can be from Mangu, for instance, but you're staying in Jos. Where no, we want you to be staying in the Mangu. That was why we went to the federal wards, selected these people and brought them up on the project. Then for Napier grass, yes, unfortunately we are starting with our participants, but yes, for those that are showing interest can reach out to us at the farm, or also look at our Facebook page and inbox us, the Plateau Youth Agricultural Empowerment Project. Inbox us. We are looking at expanding this grass around the 17 local government. We want this issue of headers and farmers to reduce. If headers actually get this grass and know that without moving from one point to the other, by just feeding your cattle with this grass, you will gain more rather than moving. Most of them will go into it. So yes, he can reach out to us. We'll look into his request and we'll help him with the grass.
All right, so maybe a little bit of clarification, because even though you spoke about it earlier, perhaps you want to address it again. Perhaps the assumption is that the youths, after farming their portion, maybe the assumption is that they are supposed to go with everything after sponsorship. So you spoke about the scope of the program. Perhaps maybe for the sake of matter, you should clarify and really talk about that.
Okay. After farming your hectare, you are expected to return cost of production. What it means is that the cost of the seeds you were given, the tractor operation, the herbicides, the fertilizer you were given, you are expected to return those inputs back to the government. So whatever, for instance, I'm just giving an instance, if you farm and at the end of the day you got 500,000, example, and everything you use in farming that land is 200,000, you return 200,000 to the government. 300,000 is your own to go with. We are not keeping any amount of money on the side that at the end of the project we are going to share money for people. No, we are not here to share money, but rather to introduce the youth to agriculture. There are a lot of opportunities. We train them even in agroeconomics, mechanization, the value chain in agriculture. There are a lot of value chain. That's the transportation, the preservation, and also the processing. So we are not just there to share money, but to empower you with knowledge and also connect you to most of these agencies or the organizations that are in that agricultural value chain, which, as I speak to you, a lot of our participants for last year are already beneficiaries because they've linked up to those companies and those agencies and are doing well.
All right, so we will now conclude the questions by saying, looking ahead, Bag Farms, what should we expect? What is the vision, and what should we expect in the next 1 year?
Okay, that's a short-term plan.
Yeah. Even you can cap it with the long-term plan.
Okay, in the short-term plan, we are looking at industrial scale production of crops. That's getting these crops, and we've not maximized our full potentials at Bag Farms. In the next 1 year, we are looking at industrial scale production of crops, processing of crops, revitalization of our poultry, piggery, farms in the next 1 year. I also skipped that we are building a primary health care presently, almost completed at Back Farms. Also, we are building a training school, agricultural training school, almost completed too at Back Farms presently. So in the next 1 year, we are looking at Back Farms, not full-scale production, but at least an industrial scale mid-level production.
All right, thank you so much, our dear project manager, Back Farms, Mr. Jan James, for honoring our invitation and sharing these valuable insights. Stay tuned, stay informed, and continue being part of conversations that shape our society. This is Good Morning Plateau, where every story matters and every voice counts. The executive producer of Good Morning Plateau is Rita Kachalompam. Supervising producers Hudun Gyang and Esther Nasara. Good Morning Plateau this morning was produced by Inga Samuel and Titus Dates. Studio manager Friday Jonathan, engineer Titus Babali. From the ICT cell ball, Simon Gyangzi Paul and Dung Barat. From the newsroom, Missy Allen and Peter Chingley covered Good Morning Plateau. We also have IIT students from Plateau State University, Bokos. On behalf of the duty continuity announcer, the relentless Vina Adams. My name is Nandom Oswald Kumar. Join us tomorrow again for Good Morning Plateau, where we'll continue exploring the intricacies of stories shaping our communities. Thank you.